Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey. And on that journey, there's a common trap. Many people fall into the trap of relying on others. It's easy to fall into this pattern, to think that someone else will always be there to take care of us, to lift us up when we're down, or to make decisions for us. But the truth is, if you want to live a life of fulfillment, of success, of true freedom, you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. You have to learn to depend on yourself. If you're constantly seeking validation from others or relying on the approval of those around you to determine your worth or next steps, you're giving away one of your most valuable possessions, your power. Every time you look outside yourself for your happiness, success, or direction, you're allowing external forces to govern your life. And make no mistake, this is a dangerous path. When you depend on others, you surrender control over your own future. You let the whims and choices of others dictate how you feel, how you act, and what you become. You become a passenger in your own life, rather than the driver. Let's face the truth here. Depending on others for your happiness means you're constantly waiting for something or someone to change in order for you to feel complete. You're waiting for the perfect conditions, the right people, or the next opportunity to come along. But what happens if those things never arrive? What happens if the people you rely on let you down? What happens if life doesn't unfold the way you expect? The moment you place your happiness in someone else's hands, you leave your emotional state, your peace of mind, and your sense of direction at the mercy of forces that you have no control over. And that's no way to live. Think about it for a second. How many times have you given away your power because you wanted someone to make you feel better, to tell you what to do, or to solve a problem for you? How many times have you waited for external circumstances to align perfectly before you took action or made a decision? The truth is, if you live your life this way, you're setting yourself up for disappointment and frustration. You'll never feel truly fulfilled or at peace because your happiness is always dependent on something outside of yourself. Now, let's shift gears and think about what it would feel like to take back that control. What if you became the captain of your own ship? Imagine the freedom of knowing that your happiness is in your hands. You're no longer waiting for permission, approval, or the right moment. You are the one steering the course. Every decision you make, every step you take, is guided by your own values, your own sense of purpose, and your own vision for your life. The moment you realize that you have the power to shape your own destiny, you become unstoppable. You don't need to wait for anyone else to give you the green light, because you've already decided to move forward. When you take charge of your life, you reclaim your energy, your confidence, and your inner peace. You stop looking outward for answers, and instead you start trusting your own judgment. You start making decisions based on what aligns with your goals and your values, not on what someone else thinks you should do. You stop allowing the actions or opinions of others to shake your foundation. And as a result, you become more resilient, more focused, and more aligned with the life you truly want to live. So take control today. Stop handing over the keys to your happiness to others. You are the captain of your ship, and if you don't take the wheel, someone else will. Don't let that happen. Stand tall, take the reins, and chart your own course toward the life you deserve. Your happiness, your success, and your peace of mind are yours to create. You have everything you need within you to take charge and live life on your terms. Self-reliance is often misunderstood. It doesn't mean you have to do everything by yourself, struggling in isolation, never asking for help. No, it's about knowing deep down that you are capable, that you are strong enough to handle the challenges life throws your way. It's about believing in your own abilities, trusting that you can rise above the obstacles and find your own solutions without waiting for someone else to step in. When you learn to rely on yourself, you unlock a power that is unlike any other. It's the power of independence, of self-assurance, and of the confidence to face whatever comes next, knowing that you have the tools to handle it. In life, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that you need someone else to make things happen for you. You wait for others to offer guidance, to give you opportunities, or to show you the way. But the truth is, those moments are fleeting. People come and go, circumstances shift, and the external support you rely on can disappear in an instant. If your success is always tied to someone else's help or validation, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're putting your future in the hands of others. And that's not a safe place to be. When you embrace self-reliance, you stop waiting for external forces to change your life. You stop relying on someone else's approval or assistance. Instead, you start looking inward, trusting that you already possess the strength, the wisdom, and the perseverance to navigate whatever challenges come your way. You build your own foundation of confidence and resilience brick by brick with every step you take and every decision you make. Over time, this foundation becomes unshakable. You become your own source of strength. You become your own pillar of support. And in doing so, you become unstoppable. Think about the greatest moments in your life, the times when you've truly succeeded or overcome hardship. Were those moments defined by someone else's intervention? Or were they moments where you dug deep, trusted yourself, and found the courage to push through? Those are the moments when you felt most alive, most powerful, and most connected to your true self. And those moments are available to you every day if you choose to rely on yourself. Self-reliance is a mindset, a way of living that enables you to take control of your life. It means taking responsibility for your actions, your choices, and your outcomes. It means no longer relying on others to fix your problems or to carry the weight for you. Instead, you face your challenges head-on, armed with the belief that you can find the solutions, that you have what it takes to overcome anything in your path. When you do this, you create a ripple effect in your life. You begin to attract opportunities, solutions, and people who align with your independent spirit. You start to see that you're not just capable of handling what comes your way, you're capable of thriving. In the end, the power of self-reliance lies in the quiet confidence that you are enough. You don't need anyone else to validate your worth or your path. You are the creator of your own destiny, the master of your own fate. That is the ultimate power. You can possess the power to rely on yourself, to trust your abilities, and to live with the conviction that no matter what happens, you can handle it. And when you truly believe in yourself, there is nothing you cannot accomplish. The moment you truly understand that your life is your responsibility, everything begins to shift. No longer can you point to external circumstances or blame others for the challenges you face. No longer can you sit idly by, waiting for someone else to make things better. You realize deep down that the power to change, to rise, to improve, and to succeed lies within you. You stop being a passive observer in your own life and become the active creator of your destiny. When you accept responsibility for your life, you take full ownership of your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your outcomes. You stop looking for someone to blame when things don't go according to plan. You stop making excuses and pointing fingers at anyone or anything other than yourself. Because when you look in the mirror, you know that the person staring back at you has the power to change everything. Life won't hew perfection, and the world won't always be fair. But within you is the ability to adapt, to learn, and to grow from every experience. It's easy to complain about how things are, but it's much harder and far more rewarding to take responsibility for how things can be. Yes, life can be tough. The road to success is rarely a smooth one. The world can seem full of obstacles, setbacks, and things beyond our control. But the key to success isn't waiting for the world to change, it's learning how to navigate through it. It's understanding that while you can't control every circumstance, you absolutely can control how you respond to those circumstances. Life may throw challenges your way, but you are not defined by those challenges. You are defined by how you face them. You are defined by how you rise, how you learn, and how you keep moving forward no matter what. When you realize that you are the author of your own story, it becomes clear that every decision you make, every step you take, is writing the next page of your life. You are in charge of the plot, the direction, and the outcome. And the best part, you can change the story at any time. You can rewrite the script. If you don't like where your life is headed, you don't have to wait for some miracle or for someone else to make it better. You simply need to take responsibility and make a new choice. Your choices shape your future, and your actions create the life you want to live. It's empowering to realize that you hold the pen to your own legacy. The life you live today is the foundation for the life you will leave behind. The actions you take, the decisions you make, and the way you handle the challenges in front of you all contribute to the legacy you will create. Your life is the story you write, and you get to decide what kind of story it will be. Will it be one of regret, blaming others for missed opportunities? Or will it be one of triumph, where you took full responsibility for your actions, learned from your mistakes, and rose above the obstacles? The choice is yours. When you take responsibility for your life, you open the door to true empowerment. You no longer wait for things to change, you change them. You stop asking why things are happening to you, and instead, you start asking how you can make things happen for you. And that's when everything changes. When you embrace responsibility for your life, you take control of your future. You become the master of your fate, the creator of your destiny. And in that moment, your true power is unleashed. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that the right time will come. You've heard it, and maybe you've said it yourself, I'll start when the time is right. Well, let me tell you, there's no such thing as the perfect moment to act. The idea of waiting for everything to align perfectly before you take a step is a fallacy, a dangerous lie that keeps you stuck in a cycle of procrastination, doubt, and missed opportunities. Too many people wait for someone else to give them permission, to open the door, or to show them the way. They wait for a signal, a moment of clarity, or a magical breakthrough. But the truth is, if you keep waiting for the right time, you're wasting precious moments of your life. No one is going to knock on your door and tell you, now is the time. Life doesn't work like that. If you're waiting for a sign, the only sign you need is the one that says, go, the time to act is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more prepared, but right now. There's something powerful about taking action, even when the conditions aren't perfect. The act of stepping forward, even when you're uncertain, builds momentum. The moment you make the decision to act is the moment you begin to break free from the chains of indecision. And let me be clear, you don't need someone to tell you it's time to act. You need to make it time. You are the one who holds the key. You are the one who decides when enough is enough, when you've had enough of waiting, and when it's time to make your move. The world doesn't wait for you to be ready, but it rewards those who step up with courage and take responsibility for their own success. Life is unpredictable. Things will never be perfectly lined up, and the stars will never align exactly the way you want them to. There will always be risks, uncertainties, and challenges. But the people who achieve great things aren't the ones who waited for the ideal moment. They're the ones who saw an opportunity, took a deep breath, and moved forward, even when the road wasn't clear. The key to success isn't waiting for perfection, it's acting in the face of imperfection. Think about it. How many opportunities have you missed because you were waiting for the perfect time? How many dreams have you put on hold because you thought the circumstances weren't ideal? The truth is, the longer you wait, the more you allow fear and doubt to take control. The longer you wait, the more excuses you create. The more you wait, the further your dreams drift out of reach. But the moment you make the decision to act, something changes. You take control of your life, you take responsibility for your future, and you start moving toward the things that truly matter. If you want to change your life, if you want to build the future you've always dreamed of, you have to stop waiting. Don't wait for someone to tell you it's time. You are the one who gets to decide. You are the one who gets to make the call. The time is now, and the person who is going to make it happen is you. So step forward, take action, and watch how the world begins to respond. Life won't wait for you to be ready, but it will reward those who dare to act with courage. Make it happen today. Most people live their lives chained to the need for approval, validation, and recognition from others. They seek reassurance that they're on the right path, that their choices are sound, and that others agree with their decisions. They look for the nod of approval, the praise, the acknowledgement. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with appreciation, there is a danger in relying too heavily on external validation. Let me be clear about this: no one else is going to live your life. The only approval you need is your own. The only validation that matters is the quiet satisfaction that comes when you know deep down that you've done your best and stayed true to yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking approval from those around you. It's natural to want to feel seen, heard, and valued. But when you live for the approval of others, you surrender your power. You begin to shape your decisions, your goals, and your values based on what others think, rather than what you truly believe. You end up living someone else's life, not your own. And when you live like that, you're always going to be chasing after something, chasing after the next compliment, the next recognition, the next piece of validation that tells you you're on the right track. But that kind of life will never bring true fulfillment. The real power lies in breaking free from this constant need for external approval. It lies in the ability to stand on your own 2 feet, to trust your own instincts, and to know that you are enough just as you are. You must stop trying to please everyone around you and start focusing on pleasing the only person who truly matters to you. When you begin to release the need for validation from others, you free yourself. You stop waiting for someone to tell you that you're worthy or that you're doing the right thing. You start trusting yourself, your values, and your own judgment. Think about the times in your life when you've made decisions based on what others wanted or expected from you. How did that feel? How many times have you compromised your own happiness, your own goals, or your own integrity just to gain someone's approval? We all have moments like that. But here's the truth: those moments rarely lead to a fulfilling life. True fulfillment comes when you make decisions from a place of self-respect, when you know that what you're doing is right for you, even if no one else understands it or supports it. The only approval that truly matters is the approval that comes from within. It's the sense of pride and satisfaction that fills you when you know you've given your best, when you've acted in alignment with your values, and when you've remained true to yourself, regardless of what others think. That feeling of quiet confidence, the peace of knowing that you are living authentically, is far more valuable than any external praise or recognition you could receive. The chains of approval may feel comfortable at first, but they will never set you free. Break those chains. Stop waiting for permission to live your life on your terms. Stop seeking validation from others and start seeking it from yourself. When you do this, you reclaim your power, your confidence, and your ability to live the life you were meant to lead. You don't need anyone else's approval. You only need to approve of yourself. And when you do, you'll find that you're finally free to live fully, authentically, and powerfully. The decisions you make today are the building blocks of your future. Every choice you make, no matter how big or small, is a step towards shaping the life you want to live. And here's the truth: it's time to trust your own judgment. You don't need to wait for a committee of advisors or a circle of friends to weigh in on what you should do. You don't need to constantly seek the opinions of others or worry about what they might think. You are the one who knows your life best, and you are more than capable of making the right choices for yourself. When you're informed, when you are grounded in your values, and when you trust your instincts, you already have everything you need to make confident decisions. You've got the knowledge, you've got the experience, and most importantly, you've got the ability to make choices that align with who you are and where you want to go. The key, though, is having the courage to trust yourself. It's the courage to make decisions without constantly seeking reassurance or approval from others. It's the courage to trust that your judgment, your intuition, and your ability to assess situations are strong enough to guide you toward the life you desire. We all know what it feels like to second-guess ourselves. It's that nagging voice in the back of your mind telling you that maybe you're not making the right decision, or maybe you missed something important. But let me tell you something: overthinking, doubting yourself, and constantly questioning your choices only hold you back. It creates fear, confusion, and indecision. And that, my friends, is the real enemy of progress. You cannot move forward if you're constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering if you've made the right choice. You've got to stop overthinking. You've got to stop second-guessing your every move. You've got to start trusting yourself, your judgment, your instincts, and the process that you're going through. Every great achievement, every success story started with one person who trusted themselves enough to make a decision, even when the outcome was uncertain. And here's the secret: the more you trust yourself, the more you make decisions with confidence, the more you build the muscle of self-reliance and self-assurance. The more you practice this, the more you'll see that your decisions are leading you in the right direction. I know it's not always easy. I know that sometimes the weight of decisions feels heavy, and the fear of making the wrong choice can be overwhelming. But here's the truth: there is no perfect decision. There is no way to predict every twist and turn ahead. Life is messy, life is unpredictable, and that's what makes it exciting. The only way to learn to grow and to make progress is to start making decisions. The more you trust your judgment, the more you learn from your experiences, and the more you refine your ability to make even better choices in the future. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission, and start trusting your own judgment. You have everything you need to make the right decision. The courage to trust yourself is the key to unlocking the future you want. Trust your instincts, trust your knowledge, and trust your ability to figure things out. You've got this. Every decision you make today is a step toward your future. So make it count. The power is in your hands. Life is not a smooth journey. There will be obstacles, there will be setbacks, and there will be times when it feels like the world is against you. There will be moments when the weight of it all makes you question whether it's worth it, when you'll feel like giving up. But here's the truth: those moments, those difficult times, are where the magic happens. Because within you is an incredible reservoir of strength, untapped potential, resilience, and a power that you might not even realize you have. The challenges you face are not barriers to your success, they are opportunities. Opportunities for you to discover just how strong, just how capable, just how powerful you truly are. When we face challenges, it's easy to feel defeated. It's easy to look at a situation and think, I can't do this, or this is too much. But what if you reframe those challenges as moments to prove to yourself that you can? What if instead of seeing them as obstacles, you saw them as stepping stones, building blocks to your personal growth? The truth is, the more you rely on others, the more you diminish your own strength. You are giving away your power when you look to others for every solution, for every answer. The more you depend on yourself, the more you realize that within you lies the strength to face anything that comes your way. It's in the face of difficulty that you discover your true potential. When everything is easy, there's no need to dig deep. But when life throws a curveball, when you're knocked down, that's when you have the chance to rise. That's when you get to decide if you will stay down or if you will get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. And here's the beautiful thing: every time you choose to rise, you grow stronger. You become more resilient. You begin to understand that your strength doesn't come from avoiding challenges, it comes from facing them head on and refusing to back down. The challenges you encounter aren't there to stop you, they are there to teach you. They are opportunities to build the kind of inner strength that cannot be taken away. With each setback, you learn more about yourself. With each failure, you gain wisdom that will serve you in the future. It's not the absence of challenges that creates success, it's the ability to overcome them, to push through the tough times, to keep moving forward when everything inside you says to quit. I want you to realize something today: you are capable of more than you think. The strength you need to overcome any challenge is already inside you. It's always been there. But it's in the moments of struggle that you must tap into it. The more you face adversity with confidence, the more you trust your own ability to overcome, the more you develop an unshakable inner strength that can withstand anything. Challenges will come and they will test you. But don't see them as roadblocks, see them as opportunities. Opportunities to prove to yourself, once again, just how powerful you are. The strength to overcome is within you, and every obstacle is simply another chance to show yourself exactly what you're made of. The more you rely on yourself, the more you will discover just how unstoppable you truly are. There is a unique kind of freedom that comes with self-sufficiency. It's a freedom that, once experienced, changes everything. Imagine a life where you are no longer dependent on others for your happiness, your success, or even your sense of purpose. A life where you aren't constantly seeking approval or waiting for someone else to tell you what to do. That, my friends, is freedom in its purest form. It's freedom from the expectations of others, freedom from the emotional weight that others can impose on you. And most importantly, it's freedom from the limitations of dependency. When you rely on others for your happiness or sense of direction, you are giving away your power. You're allowing someone else to control how you feel, what you believe, and even how you define success. You're tied to their vision, their timetable, and their judgment. And when that happens, you're no longer living your life. You're living someone else's. But when you become self-sufficient, something changes. You begin to take control of your own life. You start defining your happiness on your terms, not based on the opinions or actions of others. And when you do this, you experience a kind of freedom that is priceless. This freedom is not about being independent to the point of isolation. It's about taking responsibility for yourself and your life. It's about realizing that you are the only person who can truly dictate your path. You are the only person who can determine your worth, your purpose, and your future. When you are no longer reliant on someone else's approval or direction, you are free to pursue your dreams with clarity and focus. You no longer need to constantly seek reassurance or validation from the people around you. You are free to trust yourself and your abilities, to follow your own instincts, and to chase the life you truly want to live. Think about how many people are stuck in lives that don't truly belong to them. They are working jobs they hate, living in ways they didn't choose, and following paths that were set for them by someone else, parents, society, or a partner. They are tethered to someone else's vision for their life. And in doing so, they are giving up their own vision. But when you break free from that, when you learn the power of self-sufficiency, you are no longer tethered to someone else's dream. You are free to carve out your own path, to pursue your own vision, and to build your life in a way that aligns with who you truly are. This kind of freedom is worth fighting for. It's worth stepping away from the comfort of dependency. It's worth pushing through the fear of the unknown. Because when you are free, when you stand strong on your own 2 feet, nothing can hold you back. You are no longer at the mercy of external forces. You are free to make decisions that reflect your true values and desires. You are free to live the life you've always imagined, not because someone else told you how, but because you've created it for yourself. This freedom is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. It is the foundation upon which you build your dreams, your success, and your happiness. It is the ultimate form of empowerment. So I urge you today, break free from the chains of dependency. Fight for your freedom. Your life is your own, and you deserve to live it fully, authentically, and self-sufficiently. The freedom that comes with self-sufficiency is the greatest gift you can give yourself, and once you experience it, you'll never look back. Independence is not just a concept, it's a powerful tool for growth. When you choose to rely on yourself, when you decide that your success is in your hands and yours alone, something incredible happens. You're forced to confront your own limitations. And that's where the magic lies. It's in facing those limitations head on and pushing past them, and in learning how to overcome them that real growth happens. Growth is never comfortable, but it's in the discomfort, in the struggle, and in the challenge that you find your true strength. Every time you face a challenge on your own, Every time you take responsibility for your decisions and your actions, you give yourself the opportunity to learn. You get to test your skills, test your resilience, and test your ability to keep moving forward. Each challenge is not an obstacle, but an opportunity to expand your capacity. The more you face these challenges, the more you discover just how much you are capable of. You start to realize that your potential is far greater than you ever thought possible. But it's only through independence, through standing on your own 2 feet, that you'll ever discover this. When you rely on others, you limit yourself. You let someone else carry part of the load, and as a result, you don't stretch yourself to your full potential. You don't learn how to solve problems on your own, and you don't discover the deep well of resilience that lies within you. But when you take full responsibility for your life, when you make decisions without waiting for someone else's approval, you force yourself to grow. You force yourself to develop new skills, to adapt to new situations, and to become a stronger, more capable person. The more you push yourself to be self-reliant, the more you expand your potential. You become someone who doesn't wait for opportunities, but creates them. You become someone who sees obstacles as chances to grow, not as reasons to quit. You start to believe in your own abilities, and that belief gives you the courage to take on bigger challenges, to set higher goals, and to push beyond your comfort zone. Every time you choose to act independently, you make yourself stronger, more resourceful, and more capable of achieving greatness. And here's the real secret: you are the person you need to be to achieve anything great. The person who overcomes the obstacles. The person who faces challenges with determination and resilience. The person who is willing to do what it takes, no matter the difficulty. That person is inside of you right now. But it's only through independence, only through taking full responsibility for your life, that you can bring that person to the surface. The growth that comes from independence is not easy, but it is invaluable. It transforms you. It makes you better, stronger, and more capable. And when you become the best version of yourself, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So embrace independence. Step into your own power. Face the challenges, learn from them, and let them shape you into the person you were always meant to become. The greatest version of you is waiting. Take the steps today to bring that version to life. The greatest gift you can give yourself is the ability to live life on your terms. Too many people spend their lives living according to the rules set by others, following a path that isn't their own, doing things because they feel they have to, or because someone told them it was the right thing to do. But the moment you decide to stop depending on others for your happiness, your sense of purpose, and your direction, you begin to tap into something truly extraordinary: the freedom to live authentically. Living authentically means living true to who you are. It means following your own path, not because it's the most popular route or the one others expect of you, but because it aligns with your core values, your passions, and your purpose. It's about making decisions that reflect the person you want to be, not the person someone else believes you should be. When you stop seeking validation from the outside world and start listening to your own inner voice, you unlock a power that is uniquely yours. Too often we get caught up in the expectations of others. We measure our success by the standards society sets, by the approval of our peers, or by the achievements of those around us. But this kind of thinking keeps us trapped in a cycle of comparison, a cycle that never brings fulfillment. You can never live up to someone else's idea of success, because that success is theirs, not yours. But when you choose to live life on your terms, you create a life that is uniquely yours. You design it based on your own dreams, your own aspirations, and your own definition of happiness. Living life on your terms is not about selfishness, it's about self-empowerment. It's about taking full responsibility for your life and making choices that serve you, not because they're easy, but because they're true to who you are. When you make decisions that align with your values, you become the architect of your own future. You no longer wait for someone else to give you permission or to define what success looks like for you. You set your own course, and you steer your ship with confidence and clarity. This kind of life, one built on your own terms, leads to fulfillment. It leads to joy. Because when you live authentically, every step you take feels like progress. You are no longer burdened by the weight of other people's expectations or opinions. Instead, you are driven by your own sense of purpose, your own vision for what you want to create. And that's what true success is, finding the courage to be yourself and create a life that is meaningful to you. It takes courage to break away from the crowd and live life on your terms. It takes strength to resist the pressure to conform, to stand firm in your own beliefs, and to pursue the things that matter most to you. But when you do, you'll find that the fulfillment, joy, and success you seek were never outside of you. They were always within you, waiting for you to embrace your own truth. So I challenge you today to stop waiting for someone else to tell you how to live. Stop letting others define your happiness. Start making decisions that reflect who you are and what you truly want from life. Take control of your own destiny. Because the life that you are meant to live is one that only you can create. Live your life on your terms, and you will experience a joy and fulfillment that nothing else in this world can offer. So I urge you today, take back control. Stop waiting for others to define you, to lift you, or to guide you. You have everything you need within yourself to create the life you desire. Stand tall, stand strong, and rely on the most dependable person you'll ever know, yourself. Your life is yours to shape. Don't let anyone or anything take that away from you. Be the master of your own destiny. The future is yours. It always has been. Thank you